Welcome everyone to Work in Progress. On this week's episode, more Forgeworld. Welcome back to CanHammer, everybody. Your source for 40k from the Great White North, and another work in progress on another piece of Forgeworld. This is the Sicaran battle tank. I actually have 3 of these recently purchased for my Dark Angels armored list. We'll be showing you what's inside, unboxing it, showing you how to put it together, and then in a separate video you'll see how I end up painting it. But so let's get started. This is a smaller kit, so it just comes in one of these small white Forgeworld boxes, not the big red ones. Nicely bubble wrapped as always. This is really useful wrap. If you keep it for packing miniatures, it's really good. So inside we have the side pieces. So this is basically like a mini falchion, which I just made. So it'll be interesting to see how well it goes together compared to the falchion. At least I don't have to worry about the treads on this model because they're already all pre-attached, which thank God for that, because I thought I'd have to do all the treads. This piece seems like it's pretty straight. Not a lot of warpage on it. The gates at the back are reasonable. That one's a little bit thick. But yeah, overall looks like a pretty good sculpt. Here's the other one. So again, it looks like it's pretty straight. Pretty reasonable sculpt there. Not too bad. Okay, so yeah, just looking at it front on, it looks pretty true. Okay, and then we get a bag of stuff. We get our certificate of authenticity and checking, quality control, and we get a new style instruction booklet. So I guess this is a fairly recent, it's a newer style kit, so hopefully it's going to go together very easily. It looks like it's basically only 5 or 6 pieces, minus the weaponry, so hopefully we'll be able to pop this together really quickly in no time. So yeah, so that's pretty good. It's promising. And here's the other bag of pieces, just a small Forgeworld bag with all the other pieces in it, and that's it. So what I might do, as per my usual process, is get everything out ready to wash. I might do all 3 tanks at the same time, and then we'll get on and put these babies together. Alright, work begins on the Sicaran here. I've got it all washed up. It looks like it just comes in sort of 1, 2, 3, 5 pieces, and then all the small bits. So, and of course all the treads are pre-built into the sides, so it shouldn't be too difficult. What we'll do, we'll go in stages and we'll build 3 of them at a time, and then we'll be able to get through these guys pretty quickly. Alright, the Sicaran hull has gone together, not too badly. This front piece doesn't really fit, it's too small, but I managed to secure it by putting the pressure on with the clamps, and we're going to leave this tank like that, but otherwise it fit pretty well. Not too many little gaps, so not too bad. So these are my only 2 clamps, so I guess we'll have to put the other 2 together after it. Alright, the Relic Sicaran is done. The standard, the original Sicaran with heavy bolter sponsons and a hull mounted heavy bolter. I don't think I'm ever going to want to spend the extra 50 points for the 2 las cannons, so but I kept them just in case. Yeah, so there's my first of 3 Sicarans. We're going to go on and continue building the other 2. Not particularly difficult kit, minimal number of pieces, everything fit together fairly well, and yeah, so fairly easy kit to put together. There are my 3 Sicarans done and primed already green because we had a fortunate warm day yesterday, so I managed to spray all of them up. So yeah, so not too difficult, easy to get the 3 done there, and now you can see the 3 of them there beside my falchion. So they're very similar looking tanks, but the falchion obviously much larger. And that's going to be my little armored gun line. And just an update on the Thunderhawk. It is sprayed now, ready to go. And I did receive the extra power pack from Forgeworld. Came within a couple of weeks of them acknowledging the missing parts. So always good service from Forgeworld. So the Thunderhawk is now actually complete, and it's also ready to go. So I've got a bunch of Forgeworld to paint here, including 3 fire raptors. So at some point you're going to be seeing some painting. Macharius Vulcan. You may not have even heard of this vehicle. So this is basically the Forgeworld version of the Stormlord. So it's a slightly smaller tank, cheaper than the Stormlord points wise, and it didn't get hit by the GW Bat. And it basically has the twin Vulcan mega cannons. So it's basically a smaller, cheaper version of the Stormlord, and a different look to it, a more sort of I don't really know how to describe it, Forgeworldy look. Anyway, I got, instead of buying a couple of Stormlords, I thought I would invest in a couple of these, just for a little bit of difference. And so these have been sitting in my basement for a long time, probably since 8th came out, or shortly after. And so I'm finally getting around to assembling them. I have 2 of them. I'm just going to show you one, and we'll get on with it. So the whole thing comes in a bag like this. So a sort of medium-sized Forgeworld bag, so it's not a very large kit. So let's see what's inside. So this is the bottom of the tank, it looks like. I can already see that it's not perfectly flat. It's going to require some warping, probably. Yep. Okay. So this is the top part. Again, I love all the detail you can see on Forgeworld models. I mean, the detail on that is pretty crazy. All the wires and nubbins and bolts, and wow, it's a very detailed top there. And it already comes with the weapons fully assembled. Everything's fully assembled in one piece, so that's interesting. So that's it. That's the whole turret in one piece. I have a bunch of small things. It looks like a little stubber gun. Some little panels, the barrels. That looks like it goes on the top there, and just some other panels, exhaust panels. We have crewmen. They are, they look like Krieg crewmen. Maybe this is originally a Death Corps of Krieg vehicle. So we got tracks. Very interesting tracks. Got a hatch and some other miscellaneous pieces. Alright, and we got this big piece. This is a big piece. So this is the whole top of the tank in one piece. And you can see it's molded pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I find these big pieces don't really bend that much because they're so large. You can see the engine stuff in the back there, and yeah, it's all pretty much molded together, ready to go. So it shouldn't take long to assemble this thing. You can already see how that goes on top there. Pretty cool. Alright, let's put this down over here. Some more exhaust. Little sponson weapons, or some antenna. Alright, and this is one of the side pieces. So here we go, this tread piece. Looks pretty good, nice and straight. Yep, that looks pretty nice. Here's another piece. Again, looks pretty good, nice and straight and flat. And all the treads are attached, which is awesome. And then sponsons. And then we got our old kit style instructions. Macharius Vulcan, literally just one page. So it's just a picture of it with everything already attached. Okay, well, it doesn't look that hard, to be honest. There's only 20 pieces. And the usual Forgeworld brochure. Okay, well, we're gonna do our usual, which is to cut these all off and wash it all up, and then we'll start assembling. All right, the body, the whole big top piece goes onto this whole bottom piece. It fits nice snugly into there, but I had to warp it a little bit with heat, and I had to shave the sides down a little bit to get it to fit. And there's a little gap there, which is fine. I can just fill that up. And a tiny little gap at the front, but otherwise it fits together relatively well. And then the two large side bits just slot onto the side and they fit very well. So after this bit is done, it should go very quickly. Alright, the Macharius Vulcan is done. Cool vehicle, pretty easy to put together. Just the hull is two pieces, and then the sides go on, and then all the little pieces, the sponsons, my little twin heavy stubber turret there, the little hatches. This whole turret piece is one piece basically, except for the hatch. So that's easy, just goes right on. And then we've got little lights there, and over there. And then we've got a couple of spare treads at the back, a couple of mud guards, mud flaps, two exhaust pipes, the barrels, and that's it. That's the whole model. So pretty straightforward to put together. I'll put the other one together now. And then we have a couple of Macharius Vulcans. If you're interested, these things are kind of like Stormlords, but with some significant differences. First of all, toughness 8 instead of 9. Only 24 wounds instead of 26. 3-up save. And the weapon is slightly different. It's heavy 15, 60-inch range, 6 minus 2, 2, but goes to heavy 30 if it doesn't move. And it does not have adamantium track, so it's not half as good in combat. It is cheaper, and it's still a Lord of War, so it just gives a little bit of option there instead of having to take a Stormlord. And of course it doesn't carry anybody. Stormlord carries like 40 people on the top, so it's yeah, so it's probably not quite as good, but it is cheaper. And it just adds to my Forgeworld collection. So we'll put together the other one and show you the pair when they're ready to go. Alright, my two Vulcans are done. Looking pretty sweet. There's some pretty sweet looking tank. Looks very awesome. So I've outfitted them with the, I can't change that, the double stubber there, but I put the little sponson heavy bolters on, and of course, yeah. So now that I knew how it went together, this second one went together very quickly. It took me just like an hour to put it together, not counting clamping time. The bottom piece needed a little bit more sanding than the other piece. Otherwise, everything went together very well, and it's ready to go. So these babies are done and ready to go. So thanks for watching this work in progress video. If you like what you see, please click the like button below. If you want to subscribe to our channel, please click on the CanHammer symbol there in that corner. And if you want to support what we do here at the channel, your support is very much appreciated. Please feel free to support us on patreon.com/CanHammer by clicking up there. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.